Looking for Mulcahy, wonderful line out, good, clean, quick ball, and they tried a move similar to the one that brought the try in the semi-final. It goes through the hands from Parfrey out wide on the left-hand side. Inside pass just initially didn't work, but still they have good field position.
Back up now.
Breaking the gain line that time was Brian Hayes. Now it's Mulcahy again.
Away 3. Good steal. No, happy tackle not complete. Hands out.
Well, it's been stolen by Castletroy.
Back up.
And that's a big turnover. Jeremy McCarthy looking to tidy up, and if Castletroy can get this 20-30 metres downfield, it's a big shift, because Christians were looking menacing.
Stay here.
Kick just drifting in field from Donald Byrne. Chance for Darren Loftus, tries a clever little chip and chase. Now then the fullback Joyce Parr gets it inside. Strong running once again from a number of angles. Stephen Murphy showing that he's got a turn of pace as well. Murray back to Byrne. Good play again from Mulrooney. Just checked and kicked and got a little bit too much on it, and back we come out on the full from the fullback.
Mulrooney, unfortunate there. It was a great take. The sun is there, there's a bit of wind, the ball was moving around, but it was a great take by him, and previously a great take by the left winger O'Leary. But the Christians back three have actually done quite well and have coped with kicks to them, but they're just under immense pressure at the moment from Castletroy.
That's Stephen Murphy, just on the right-hand side of your picture, receiving a little bit of attention. Corey Cogan has found his jumpers out of touch flawlessly almost in this first half.
Yes.
And will aim to do so once again in another good attacking position for Castletroy. Frawley and Dooley poised along with Kevin Doyle.
Let's organise a bit quicker next time. Off his head, no knock on.
Referee says it's okay. Went forward off his head.
Let's throw the middle. Hands out now, Red.
Murray manages to get it out to Donald Byrne, who juggles a little bit but finds Dooley, the captain, and it's turnover ball, and if they can work this through O'Regan, there could be a score on for CBC. They're very deep, but lots of men out wide. The cover very good from Castletroy, and the chance is going to beg him.
Very great awareness there by O'Regan, and once they got the turnover, he moved the ball straight away. Just see him there, he's very aware, great step, and just pushes the ball on, and unfortunately just the last pass just going astray, just actually coming off the 14, Moroney.
Crouch! Touch! Wait, please, bigger. I need a touch from you first, and then we go to a pause, all right? Crouch! Touch! Pause,
3.5 minutes into stoppage time at the end of the first half. A frenetic first half it's been.
CBC far side, that's you going down too early. Let's get it right, please, CBC.
Some more stoppage time following that injury earlier in the match.
Touch! Pause, engage.
It's been a first half so far that Castletroy would have dreamed of having. Christians coming more and more into it though. Parfrey offloads in the tackle before he was put to ground, and that's the halfway line. Appeared to be a Castletroy hand on the ball, was there?
Try and stay on your feet, please.
It's gone forward, and the put-in will be to Darryl Foley for Christians.
Scrum here, knock on by.
Yeah, that could possibly even have been a penalty, knocking it out of the nine's hand there, but a bit more encouraging. Christians getting a bit of possession. Maybe if they could get a bit of territory here and get a score before half-time, it could make a game of it in the second half.
Hold and push!
Big push on for Castletroy. Parfrey again showing good footwork.
Oh wait, no, 10, release him!
Ball well presented. On goes Kieran Stokes, the hooker.
Stay here, Peter.
Christian still trying to make the hard yards around the fringes. Again, they look to the fly half for that little bit of invention and creativity. Now Stokes checks inside. O'Regan it is. He's well tackled just over halfway.
Don't put him in scrum half.
Foley at the second attempt, the Parfrey. Mulrooney gets it outside to
Get away, tacklers now.
Willie Ryan, the open
tacklers.
side.
Don't go in there, Blue. Leave him, Blue. Leave him, Blue. Stay down.
Darrell Foley to Pat Parfrey. Big tackle on Jack Bransfield. Better stuff, good continuity and work through the hands from CBC. Was he in touch? Yes, he was. James Mulcahy just running out of pitch, but that's good stuff from CBC.
Yeah, a bit better there from CBC, and Mulrooney showing his class there, just stepping outside a guy and offloading, and I think the more they get the ball in Mulrooney's hands, the better, the more progression they'll make.
So that's it at half-time. George Clancy blows his whistle for the last piece of action, and it's really good stuff from Castletroy. 2 tries in that first half. The first from Diarmuid McCarthy, which was a brilliant try. Well worth looking again, breaking 3 or 4 tackles. Memorable moment from him, and then from a lovely kick from the scrum half, Darren Maroney in for the second try over in that corner. Half-time then at Gary Owen. It's Castletroy 18, CBC now.
It's a reset, yeah.
It's only 45 degrees, not 90.
Yeah.
Right, comes from very well.
Try small bit. Okay. Just there in the last couple of 2 minutes, I felt.
No promos, okay. 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 Welcome back to Gary Owen for the 2008 Munster Senior Schools Cup Final. Castletroy 18 points to 0 to the good at half-time. Strong words in the Christians camp at half-time. Pat Langtree very animated during that half-time break, and John Kelly alongside me, and really Castletroy good value for their lead, and 2 very, very good tries from both Diarmuid McCarthy and Darren Maroney.
Yeah, 2 great tries, and they've played an excellent brand of rugby here. That an individual effort by Diarmuid McCarthy there, and just stepping off his left foot twice. Outstanding running. You can't coach that. That's just natural ability, which he has, and it just shows great pace to get to the line.
And then this is clever from the scrum half, Murray.
Yeah, he had a look up and he saw that there was no one in behind, and he just pushed the ball through. I mean, he wasn't out half before. He's a natural footballer and showed great vision there. And Maroney scoring the try, and I mean that try started right back in their own 22 when he caught it and made a great break. So they have been good value for money for their 18 points.
We were saying just before the half-time whistle that Christians have really done very little wrong, so it's kind of difficult to imagine just what Pat Langtry has been telling his players down below us. I mean, what do they change, or how do they get back in this match?
Well, first of all, they need to get points on the board. That's what he'll be saying, is get the first score in this half coming up. And they're playing with a bit of a slope here now, so they've got a good opportunity to put the ball down into the Castletroy half, and all they have to do is get one score at a time.
Huge effort from the Castletroy pack in that first half as well. We know all about their skilled backline of Colm Dillon and Jimmy McCarthy, Kieran Clancy, Maroney and Joyce Parr, but the effort from the forward pack has been immense. And at the set piece, John, as well, they're winning key ball from the line out, because Dooley, Frawley and Hogan throwing into touch has been superb.
Yeah, and they're getting their second rolls in the air. Frawley's getting up, and if you've got a big man up in front, it's very hard to throw over him.
I'm just concerned with you leaning over across and trying to pull the guy back in. I advise you to stay out there completely.
So the first 10 minutes then of this second half, it's going to be Christians to get us underway with Billy O'Regan, and it's absolutely crucial that the team from Cork can register some kind of score, because if Castletroy score first in the second half, well, then really the hill becomes a mountain and you can't really see a way for Christians to get back in. So off we go then. Could it be history in the making over the next half hour or so for Castletroy, playing only their fourth match in the Munster Senior Schools Cup, incredibly leading the 27 times winners of the competition, CBC Cork, by 18 points to 0. Mulrooney with an early chance to pin Castletroy back. Cormac, Joyce, Parr. We've seen two huge kicks already in the first half, and field position key for Castletroy, chasing his own kick well. Parfrey would have felt him coming. Good tackle from the full-back, and a good offload up off the floor from Pat Parfrey as well. Christians under pressure, doing well.
Pillars now.
Kieran Stokes with a pick and drive.
Pillars again. Pillar, back up you.
Worth just reminding you, of course, in case you joined us late, that Christians lost their captain Brian O'Callaghan inside the opening 10 minutes. And they also lost Kyle O'Dwyer, so disruption of sorts to their pack early on, but there's confirmation of that incredible scoreline.
Keep it. This side of me. We don't have
just a great kick there again by Joyce Power. You know, he's had the vision, saw that there was space behind him, and he has a huge right boot, which I think there's a slight breeze against him and the hill, but he bumped it about 50 yards. It was a great kick.
It's not straight. Your choice, right?
Referee once again saying the line out wasn't straight. It was taken by Dara Bonfill.
Nice big gap, here we go.
Scrum down to CBC.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage. Hold and push. No, it's gone around 45, we'll have it again. Froze, I want the steady tunnel. Give it to me now, please.
Do it again.
The same on your ball.
Castletroy supporters
Scrum half. No.
will be very, very happy with what we've seen so far. Already seen off Pres Cork in the semi-final and doing a very good job so far on CBC as it stands. Big kick downfield. Covering players are Maroney and Joyce Parr. Maroney it is, the right winger. Two tacklers, the first of which was Billy O'Regan, taking him down and
don't pull him in now.
Murray gets it out wide and kick forward that time by Colm Dillon. Very, very good kick again. Darren Loftus, very little he can do from there.
Thought that. Carried over by Red scrum.
It's going to be a scrum 5. Confirmation from the touch judge, and Colm Dillon's kick downfield working really well for Castletroy.
And Castletroy just showing great footballing ability from 9 to 15. You know, they're picking out space behind Christians and putting the ball in there. It's a shame for Christians after an outstanding kick from Pat Parfrey.
Here they come again. Penalty, holding on this time, much to the relief of CBC Cork, it must be said. Chance for Mulrooney to get his team outside their own 22. As John said, probably with the breeze slightly at his back, though it is swirling across the pitch as well. Good kick from the fullback.
It was a great defensive effort there. Mentioned his name a lot today, Pat Parfrey, but the tackle was made and just showed good football sense, got in on top of the ball and had held on to it and got the penalty for Christians.
Kieran Stokes looking for Mulcahy. Back on the Castletroy side again, and a chance for Murray to release the pace man. Dermot McCarthy again draws a couple of tacklers and gives it out to Mulrooney. To Maroney rather, and again it's a very, very good kick. Evidence again that behind the scrum they've got intelligent players. Castletroy wasn't really on for Maroney in terms of trying to beat the two men up against him, so he just pops it down the line.
Yeah, perfect play.
Big gap all the way.
Dermot McCarthy had a look, fed it on to Maroney, and he just saw he was going to be bundled into touch, so he just pushed it forward. And again, pressure situation for Christians, line out in their own 5.
Shorten the line and it works out. Good delivery from Stokes.
Okay, it's got in 5.
Christians make 5 metres before they're stopped and then driven back. Now they go to ground, and it's there for Darryl Foley. And from a difficult angle, that's a very useful kick indeed.
A nice left foot strike there by Parfrey. Christians will be looking to put pressure on this line out. Really, I mean, the clock is ticking down for them now. They need to get into the Castletroy half, and they need to get opportunities and scores.
Who's receiver, Red? Okay, it's 5-1.
Hogan again. Good work from Froley. Burn to McCarthy.
Advantage.
And it's gone forward this time. The handling not as good as it might have been. A rare mistake by Castletroy.
Yeah, I was just thinking that's the first time I've seen them actually have a turnover, and at this level these guys are 16, 17, 18 years old. You know, to be going through a game so mistake free is very impressive.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage. Pushing it off.
Free kick to Christians. Foley.
Advantage.
Returning the favour of Christians with a knock forward from Billy O'Regan. Advantage over, says the referee. Ball kept in play and poked forward, and Mulrooney now under pressure from Dermot McCarthy. Ducks under the tackle and gets away from a second one from Pádraig Hogan. Good play from the fullback.
Back up, Taylor.
Anxious moments again in the Christians' defence. Fullback coming to the rescue. Back from Foley again, and another good touch find. Maroney tries to take it himself. Didn't go 5 though.
Not 5, guys. Free kick, guys, not 5. Yeah, that's right.
Castletroy had every opportunity just trying to get at Christians, and Maroney was probably right to take the gamble on the line out to himself, but it didn't go 5, so back we come. Free kick and a chance for Foley to get CBC Cork moving again. Up over the 10-metre line.
Away, no 7.
Good stuff from Willie Ryan. Big physical presence in there now. Parfrey has a look at field position. Again, that massive right boot from Cormac Joyce Power. Just look where it puts CBC Cork. Willie Ryan won't have wanted to chase that ball all the way back there, and up come the blue shirts.
Stay 13, you stay.
Murray has a look and spots a gap in behind the defence, and that's an absolutely tremendous kick from the scrum half. Really, really good.
Yeah, great vision by Murray there, and just, I mean, Castletroy, they aren't under any pressure. They can just put the ball into touch and play field position. Christians have to try and do something. Mulrooney did very well in that play again. You know, he's showed a lot of vision and a real eagerness for work. But at the moment, the Christians just pinned in their own half.
Well, you can see, as you say, that Peter Murray's played a lot of football. There he is at number 10. Intelligent player who reads the game well and kicks very, very cleverly from hand. And he's given Castletroy good field position, and once again it's CBC who have to make the yards back upfield to get back into scoring positions. Played most of the rugby inside their own 22, and both these halves really kept at arm's length most of the afternoon so far by Castletroy. Lots of time, of course, to get back into it, but as John says, the longer this game goes on, and Castletroy happy to run down the clock, it's a long way back from 18 points to 0.
I think when Christians are looking for field position as well, they need to keep it away from the boot of Joyce Power. They either need to kick it to go dead and put pressure on the Castletroy line out, or kick it to the other players, because Joyce Power has one hell of a right foot on him.
That's James Real, the number 16. Coming in for Castletroy.
Let's get organised now, wait.
There's also going to be a change on the CBC team. Dara Dunn down below me is getting ready. Meantime, away comes Foley. Referee's whistle goes, and it's a penalty to Christians.
Use your order, please. Okay. Easy, you okay? Time off.
Just the way the game has gone stop-start as well. I don't think that suits Christians now. They really need to get the pace of the game up, need to get it to their own pace, and start getting the ball in hand and start putting Castletroy under pressure.
I want you to make that extra effort to try and stay on your feet, please, okay? Even if you're not meeting that position here, let's have it going upwards as opposed to down.
Yeah, there's been quite a few stoppages in the second half, which has just broken up the rhythm of the game. Castletroy as well.
Okay, guys, we have to start making a decision.
Haven't really got into their stride in the second half, but they'll be perfectly happy that the scoreline hasn't changed, as we see confirmation of that replacement on the Castletroy team. Lots to think about for Pat Langtry and his coaching staff. 5 years since Christians last got their hands on the trophy, and that wait may be elongated as the afternoon goes on by Castletroy. Tremendous performance from them so far in their first final. Their juniors, of course, already having landed
front again, Dermot.
The junior title. So
okay, no, here it is, just give me a step.
As it stands, 17 minutes into the second half, they're on course for that unprecedented double.
4 and 4. 10 now.
Didn't appear to be straight. The referee seems happy to let it go. Good cover again from O'Leary, who's very competent under the high ball. A couple of good takes. Billy O'Regan has a lovely sidestep and a jink. Again, most of the time he's got the ball in hand. He's very deep. Now, chance for Willie Ryan to break forward. Makes good ground up to the 10-metre line. Presents it well, and it's quicker ball this time. Now Mulrooney, the more he can get into the game for CBC, the better. Pops it off the floor. That's really nice stuff from the fullback. Kieran Stokes now, tackled by Murray.
Away, tackler! Release it!
helped out by one of his forwards as well, and it's quicker ball again for Cork, and O'Regan again. And again he has Mulrooney on his shoulder. He's still going himself. Chance for the replacement, juggled it and knocked it forward. An advantage to Castletroy. Chance gone. Alec Joyce just couldn't get a hold of it.
That's much better though from Christians. Just great continuity. O'Regan getting involved a lot, and he's a big strong fella. He's a Scott Gibbs like centre, and it just lays the ball off, and unfortunately it's dropped there, but much more encouraging play from Christians.
Yeah, in a second. Okay.
That's the number 5 for Castletroy.
Substitution is one blue.
Dara Frawley is down.
We need attention here, Peter. Attention. You gonna be okay? Yes, Captain.
That's David Quinlan, the number 17 for Castletroy, is coming in for Cedric Laffin. So a change in the front row.
Back here, please. Back here, please. Back to the mark. Back here, please, guys. Yeah.
So it'll be a put in then to Castletroy.
Johnny, 7 blue.
After that knock-on, confirmation of the replacements on the Castletroy team also coming in. Mark Hanrahan. Dara Bonfield taking his seat on the bench.
Pause, engage.
Murray feeds the scrum.
Stay, no, 12 stay.
Kick
I can't keep
drifts
talking
in
to you.
field, and now Mulrooney shaped a kick and then decided to go, and lots of bravery and courage, and backs himself to break a couple of tackles. Billy O'Regan is well tackled.
Stay.
Here come Christians again. Power
16,
free.
roll.
O'Regan with a little show and go. Lovely work and a real chance now this time for Brian Hayes. Wonderful defensive effort. Well, the referee is on hand and he gives the try. I have to say, on first reflection, I thought he was bundled into touch, but George Clancy thinks otherwise. Let's watch Hayes again.
Very hard to see from that angle whether he touches the post, the corner flag first or not, but great effort by O'Regan again, a little show going and a great offload.
Yeah, can you fix the corner post for me, please? You see the way it's gone down.
Well, fortune favours the team going forward on this occasion, and if Brian Hayes gets it down from here, well then it's a wonderful try. In fairness to George Clancy, he was across there quickly, made up his mind sharply, and was well positioned. And Christians have that score that they craved so much. They're back in the match, and if we can get 2 more from here, from what's a very difficult position from Mulrooney, well then it's game on. Not to be from the fullback, but it is a try for Christians. 18 points to 5, 51 minutes on the watch.
Christians will be hugely encouraged by that, and they went to their strengths. Mulrooney caught the kick and just put on the afterburners and went for it, and put them in good position. And then O'Regan, he's just a very strong player, shows and goes and gets the ball off. But if they can get more than that, they could make a real game of it.
Yeah, he's a huge influence on this match, Billy O'Regan, as he was on the semi-final. Power free as well, beginning more and more to pull the strings. Maroney, testing kick. More called for and given.
Okay, yeah, here you go. Back.
Away they come with Willie Ryan and Maroney forward that time. Frustration ever more evident from Billy O'Regan. That's what Christians have to do though, John. They've got to take the risks and try their running game.
Yeah, I mean, they're the ones under pressure. They have to play the rugby. That they might have just been forcing it a bit too much there. Maybe field position might have been the better option.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage. Hold the push.
As it is, this is good position for Castletroy. Byrne, out it goes into midfield. McCarthy almost got away from Joe Holland and Billy O'Regan.
Stay here, back up guys, back up.
Peter Murray again takes the responsibility himself and sends in a testing kick, which is really well dealt with by Darren Loftus. The back three, as John mentioned a short time ago, O'Leary, Loftus and Mulrooney, very confident under the high ball.
Hands out! Your free kick advantage from half.
Christians almost up to their 22.
Don't go in there, not out!
Being made work very, very hard though, for even a few yards.
Hands out!
Parfrey didn't have the support he needed. Looked for the offload.
Back.
And it's a loose pass, and chance gone again for Christians, but credit again to the Castletroy defence. They're up very fast and very hard and not making it easy at all for Christians.
No, but Christians showing a lot of heart, and they're trying very hard to get down, but maybe they'd be better off at this stage. I mean, there's still a good bit of time left, but at this stage just trying to get another score, put the ball down into the Castletroy half.
Yeah, okay. All right, 1 second. No, big gap please, Red. I need a bigger gap, Red. No, all the way back, Red. Okay.
James Reel finds Crawley and then taken on by David Quinlan.
That's fine.
Two replacements for Castletroy, seeing a bit of action.
Hands out, Blue. Don't go in there. Don't go in.
Christians have turned it over though.
Hands out.
Good psychological boost from the team from Cork. James Mulcahy
Stay.
with the pick and drive and setting it up now for Darrell Foley. Looking to change it around, Willie Ryan. This time though, the referee says hold it on the tackle, and the penalty will go to Castletroy.
David Quinlan off the bench making an impact there. He just got straight in on the ball, and to be fair, I think it was Willie Ryan. I think he was holding on the ground, and I deserve a penalty for Castletroy.
12 red. 12.
18 points to 5, and Castletroy, you would imagine, will just try and keep the scoreboard ticking over. Tag on 3 more from here. Frawley's kicked well. He's missed a couple, but the kicks that he has missed have been from difficult angles in a swirling breeze. Dara Dunn coming in for Billy O'Regan. Would think perhaps that O'Regan is carrying a little bit of an injury because he's been a key player.
Yeah, O'Regan has done very well. He's carried the ball very well. He was instrumental in the try and instrumental in Christian's comeback so far. I presume he's got some kind of injury because he's had a great game today.
To kick it. Shot goals.
And a shot at goal is the option for Castletroy. Frawley to have a go at extending the advantage once again. Up go the flags from the touch judges, and it sneaks in on the right hand side, and Castletroy have their first points of the second half and lead the final by 21 points to 5.
Yeah, important score for Castletroy after Christians have got their try. Christians had the momentum, and now Castletroy have got it back again, so it's up to Christians to force the issue again.
3 penalties and a conversion for Dara Frawley.
Stay here.
That's a good return from him, and he's been instrumental all afternoon in the line-out as well.
Good position here for Christians now. They're back in the Castletroy half. They have their own line-out. They have possession, and they're looking at a shortened line-out again. So obviously they might be trying to pull something out of the bag, like their move against Leinstall in the semi-final.
Lovely move it was to set up the try for Mulrooney, an inside pass from Jack Bransfield, releasing Pat Parfrey, who found his fullback coming into the line at pace and Mulrooney doing all the rest. Christians really need something like that. Pull a rabbit out of the hat at this stage, and a converted try would really get them back into it. As it stands, Castletroy will get their hands on that piece of silverware at the end of the afternoon. Paul Dooley, their lock forward. Nothing confirmed or far from done and dusted yet, though.
Time back on. Yeah, no, this is mid-point.
So let's see what Christians can manufacture from this line out. Kieran Stokes.
Back it up.
Hayes up in the air early, and it's good ball from touch. And it is a training ground move, and they're looking to spread Castletroy wide. Defence is good from Castletroy. They got across quickly. Danger not gone though.
Hands out!
On go Christians now, 5 metres inside. The Castletroy 22 sets it up for Foley.
Away tackler, roll.
There's been very few gaps in that Castletroy defence all afternoon. Trying to work that right hand side, and it's in the hands of the fullback once again, Mulrooney. Foley can see it and digs it out. Parfrey gets it back inside to Mulcahy. Lovely work with the hands and the offload and the tackle. Joe Holland goes in, leaves it for Foley. Parfrey didn't have too many options right, and he's under pressure, needs support. The support is there. Good stuff now from CBC. Foley goes in. Possibilities wide right, and Willie Ryan breaks the first tackle and breaks the second. Now, can they get numbers
Stay here.
quick enough? Yes, they do. Foley has a look. Parfrey has lots of options. Real chance now. Brian Hayes, can he get it out? He does get it out. Knocked it on though. Looked for all the money that Brian O'Leary was going to be in for a crucial score, but it's been knocked forward.
25 and a half gone.
Just I think it was that Moroney came flying in there off his wing and
Let's
hit
get a steady
Hayes.
scrum.
I mean, it was a try-saving tackle. He made a decision, and he saved Castletroy from a certain score.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage.
It certainly was Darren Moroney. He's played well today.
Break it
the
up, please.
right winger took his try very well, and he's kicked
tunnel
well
before
and
the
made
ball
some
comes
nice
in. Now, let's
tackles.
get it right here, please.
Seconds.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage.
Penalty for Castletroy. Big call from George Clancy.
In on the angle.
Christians will be disappointed with that. When you get into the 22, you don't want to leave the opposition out cheaply, and Castletroy now will get their own line out outside the 22.
Byrne finds touch right on the 22, but it's
Keep our gap. 22
Castletroy's throws to the line out from what was a moment ago a very good position for Christians.
Stay.
Again, it's simple, clean
Hands
ball
out
for
now.
Castletroy
Stay, guys, stay.
from touch.
Stay, guys.
Murray under pressure.
Accidental offside, came off you, scrum, red ball.
Now
Accidental offside.
this is exactly what Christians need. They're put into the scrum
Okay?
just inside the 22.
You sure you're okay? No, let's do it. I can stop the clock for you, no problem. Okay. Alright. Wait.
Great attacking position here for Christians.
Crouch. Touch.
I'm sure they'll have
Pause,
something
engage.
up their sleeves.
Bind up this side.
Almost
Came
worked
back
an
up to
opening
turn,
from
we'll have it
a
again.
similar position just a couple of moments ago.
Front rows. Be very careful now. Steady tunnel before the ball comes in. Let's get nice and tight here. Bind up here. Crouch. Touch. Pause, engage.
A little over 7 minutes remaining then in the Munster Senior Final.
Advantage.
A little bit of improvisation.
Held back into the scrum. Pull back into the scrum, number 8.
Foley does well, held back in the penalty to Christians. What will they do from here?
Stay.
And they're going to run it. Parfrey to Mulcahy.
Advantage, offside.
Parfrey again looks for the big man to make holes. Brian Hayes does well. He's played well, the replacement. And they switch the point of attack. Parfrey now. Stokes is buried in the tackle. The defence has been immense from Castletroy. Some huge hits.
Away for.
Christians still have it though. They protected it well. And they recycle it quickly. Through the hands, and out goes the Castletroy defence, and that's gone forward.
Back for offside.
Back we come for the offside though.
Christians getting their first period of a long time inside Castletroy's 22, and really feel they have to score if they have any chance of getting anything out of the game. And there's no point going for penalties now. They just got to run the ball and get tries.
Kieran Stokes receiving attention, and just out of your shot, referee George Clancy reminding Paul Dooley that that's a couple of quick penalties against his players, and no one wants to spend the last 10 minutes of what could be an historic day for Castletroy in the sin bin. Need to keep their discipline. And just out of your shot as well, Oran Mulrooney is called for a kicking tee, so perhaps this is going to go between the posts.
Yeah, I suppose with the delay, maybe they have to go for the penalty, and it puts them 2 tries away, I think, if my maths is anyway decent.
Better than mine, so I believe you.
I was thinking about it for a while, so the pen and paper out a minute ago.
More changes on the Castletroy team. So we have 65 minutes on the watch, but George Clancy indicating we still have 10 minutes of playing time, so perhaps the correct decision now from Mulrooney, provided of course he dissects the uprights. $21 points to 8 now the score, with 10 minutes, 5 minutes plus stoppage time to play. Oran Mulrooney getting his first points of the afternoon.
Yeah, really, Christians need just to get straight back into the Castletroy half if they want to have any chance of winning this game. They really have to go for it now. They can hold nothing back and just have to try everything.
Oran Mulrooney, the Christians fullback, takes his points tally in the competition this season to 23. A couple of tries, 2 conversions, and now 3 penalties. Here come Christians again, and suddenly little gaps beginning to appear. The game is becoming more and more stretched. Mulrooney kicks ahead, chases down hard, and Cormac Joyce Parr with defensive work to do. It's charged down Mulrooney again. Murray under pressure. Mulrooney's all over the place.
Release it. Advantage.
Christians will have a penalty. Wonderful stuff from Oran Mulrooney.
Great play by Mulrooney.
Hold on.
Another injury there, but great play from Mulrooney. He had the vision to put it through. He saw the fullback had come up a bit to put it through, and he followed up his own kick and made the block. You know, I mean, Joyce Power has used his right boot to get the ball away, and he knew that and got on him and made sure he didn't clear it.
Big tackle as well on Peter Murray, the scrum half. Let's hope he hasn't damaged his shoulder, because he was put to the ground by Mulrooney, held on then in the tackle, and has forced the penalty. Peter Murray doesn't look too comfortable at all. Christians players, Mulrooney in particular, just having a little bit of chit-chat out of picture. They're going to set something up from this penalty, that's for sure.
This is a situation where they have to score. They have to get really 7 points. So they'll have to have a goal really and come up with something special.
7 points from here would really put them back in it. And as John mentioned, a converted try then, and they steal the cup. And it is going to be further action. George Clancy Peter Murray goes to the bin for deliberately holding on and denying quick ball to CBC, and you did hear the referee warning the players a few moments ago.
Wait for second rows, please.
He's a big loss as well for Castletroy.
Sorry, guys.
It's always expensive when you lose your 9 because you've got no natural replacement, but he's also been one of their quality players today, so he's a huge loss. It'll put Castletroy under fierce pressure and make a real interesting finish to the game.
Stay inside then. Hold the push!
So, big chance now for Christians. Parfrey, again they go for that mismove in midfield.
No!
And again the tackling is good from Castletroy, and they're stopped just a metre short. Darren Loftus must have been very close to another try, but they might get it now. Wooly Ryan. Noise level lifting through. CBC sniffing out a try, and that's good work from Castletroy. Really good stuff, and the advantage goes their way.
Say again. I can't hear you. Oh yeah, that's okay. Back up here, please.
Up on the halfway line there is scores of Castletroy
someone to put it in, guys.
supporters getting ready to invade the
Have to get
pitch.
someone to put it in, Castletroy. Let's go, please.
Still is an interesting situation here though, because they have no scrum half, so
Crouch.
they're under huge pressure here to get the ball away, and I'm sure Christians will put them under big pressure.
Jared McCarthy, the number 12 and the opening try scorer, feeds the scrum. Christians have it, and a real chance again. It looks like Brian Hayes, the number 19. Quicker ball, Pat Parfrey will back himself and try and get the try. Good tackling again from Castletroy.
Off his leg. It's okay, ball was out.
Wonderful tackle.
Don't stand on him now, careful.
Christian still have it, and the player on the ground can't get out of the way, indicating to the referee. Parfrey again has a look.
No, away. CBC stay on your
Just
feet.
inches short. Foley must score. Foley does score. And it's his second try in the second half. The scrum half spotted the gap, had to score, and he does.
A great try by Christians, and well deserved, and came off a brilliant scrum, driving the Castletroy 8 off the ball, but Foley really showed a keen sense of where the line was, and just took his opportunity and dived straight in.
Meantime, Oran Mulrooney adds 2 more, so it's 15 points to 21, and it's all eyes suddenly on the match referee George Clancy. We are into stoppage time, of which there may be quite a few minutes. And a converted try would now win this match, of course, for CBC Christians.
Time off now, time off.
And the referee, quite rightly, is going across to that far touchline, because from a safety point of view, if nothing else, the Castletroy supporters will have to move back. They're lining the touchline, and in fact some of them are on the pitch, so George Clancy is absolutely correct to get them back. This match is not over.
I think he just gave up there though. He said, I can't have this, and all the students looked at him, so I suppose he knows how teachers feel.
72 minutes almost now on the watch. 18 points to 0 it was at half time. 21-15. 6 the difference. Anything could still happen. Christians just need one good break, and if they're going to do it now, they're going to have to do it from very, very deep, do it the hard way.
Don't put him in,
They have the runners though. Parfrey gets it out to Mulrooney.
Stay here. Stay.
Well presented from Dara Dunn, back from Foley, the try scorer. Parfrey a little bit isolated.
Hands out, Blue.
Good tackle from Dara Frawley.
Stay here. Back.
Foley again finds his fly half, and Christians look to move it again. Mulrooney. Penalty to Castletroy though.
Two you guys.
CBC off their feet, and that could
There is time
be
for
the
that.
last chance gone
Off the feet.
for Christians.
2.
2 minutes left.
Is it man?
Yeah, you wonder will that seal CBC's fate. Unfortunate of them, they showed great heart, but just going off their feet at the breakdown and not getting an opportunity to get the ball back, and Castletroy getting the penalty. But rightly, Castletroy having a shot here, just wind down the clock a bit more.
I'm going to give you 1 minute now, so let's go.
Referee telling Dara Froley to get on with it, and if he slots this over, of course, it takes Castletroy beyond the magic 7 points.
I know, 2 minutes.
That would also be a nice way for Dara Froley to cap a marvellous personal performance.
Not long.
The pitch invasion may happen even without the referee's whistle if this goes between the uprights. Didn't catch it perhaps as cleanly as he may have liked. It was close. Castletroy, though, have turned it over. It looked like Christians might break, but the Limerick men haven't.
That's out, Red! Don't go in there, Red! Don't go in there! Stay here, stay! Pillars back!
Well, they might do just to make this ball disappear for 30 seconds or so.
Hands out, Red!
The pick and drive.
20 off your feet.
Referee's whistle sounds, and it's a penalty
There's your mark.
to Christians. One last opportunity, perhaps, for the men from Cork. And they do have numbers down this side as well. Support runners in good positions. Wonderful hands as well. One knock on, one spillage, and it's all over. So courageous stuff from Christians. Parfrey again tries to get his back line moving. Kieran Stokes has had a wonderful game. Corkery, and it's gone backwards, and can Castletroy get the ball into touch? Time is up, says George Clancy, and Castletroy seconds away from an historic win. A first ever Munster title beckons for the team from Limerick.
Don't pull him in now.
And still they come. Jimmy McCarthy, who started it all off with that virtuoso try in the first half.
Hands out, Blue! Release it, Blue!
And still we play on. Christians have turned it over. Is that the final whistle? It certainly is from George Clancy, and the pitch invasion from Castletroy. They have done the unbelievable and beaten CBC Cork. They are the Munster champions 2008. 18 points to 0 up at half-time. They could barely believe it. It was inevitable that Christians would come back in that second half, and come back they did, to their credit, with a couple of tries. But, well, these are the moments that Castletroy will have dreamed of. There's Dara Froley, an influential player, the big second row. Alongside him, the captain, Paul Dooley. They played really well. He kicked some nice points as well. And they fully deserved their win today, that's for sure. Castletroy, they were the better team virtually throughout the match. They sustained the period of pressure in the second half, and they win by 6 points. There is the final score in the 2008 Munster Senior Schools Final. Castletroy 21, CBC Cork 15. Well, the action doesn't stop there, because coming up a little bit later on today, full deferred coverage of the Ulster Schools Senior Cup Final, Regent against Methody on Setanta, Ireland. And looking a little bit further ahead then to Magners League action this coming Friday at 7 o'clock. Leinster's title challenge continues with the visit of Glasgow to the RDS. That's on Setanta, Ireland, and also coverage of Edinburgh against Connacht from Murrayfield on Setanta Sports 1. And then what a game that is this coming Saturday from 7 o'clock. Munster against Ulster, and subscription details, as ever, are at the bottom of the screen. Great scenes then at Garryowen. Castletroy are the champions. We will have the presentation ceremony and post-match reaction when we come back in a couple of minutes. Okay. So we just kind of call it as we see it from here on in. I was a little bit loose at full time, but I wasn't sure what we were doing really.
Yeah.
Paul Dooley. Now, what is Mrs. Dooley's name?
Actually, I think Paul Dooney's brother played in the junior cup final and scored 3 tries.
Oh, you did, of course. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
There's one for you.
Didn't he? Yeah. He scored a hat trick, did he? I thought it was 2.
Was it two? And he was involved in the other one or something. Yeah, I read that.
I just seem to have misplaced Mrs. Dooley's first name. I think it's Geraldine, is it? Geraldine it is, yeah. Mary O'Callaghan and Geraldine. He did score a hat-trick, John, yeah? Oh, no, sorry, I'm talking to John beside me.
Yeah. Was it 2 or 3?
Hat-trick, yeah.
Sure, wasn't it?
Yeah. We have it there. Martin Burke. Okay.